Hello everybody, this is your Digital Super Saiyan 3, back here with another video, and happy 2026, everybody. So this year, for my retro pay-per-view reviews, since I am going to be doing a review here in a sec, I'm going to be doing some late 2000s WWE. So basically, late 2000s WWE era. So basically, from 2006 to 2009, basically, most of my pay-per-views are going to be from. So today is going to be a really special one that I'm going to do, and that is the 2007 WWE Royal Rumble. That's right, the 2007 Royal Rumble from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, Texas. And it took place on January 28th, 2007. You got SmackDown, Raw, and ECW. For the commentary team on Raw, you got Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler. For SmackDown, you got Michael Cole and John Bradshaw Layfield. JBL, yes, that JBL. And then for ECW, you got Taz and Joey Styles. So yeah, here we go. This is the 20th annual Royal Rumble from San Antonio, Texas. Opening match is a tag team grudge match, as you have the Hardy Boys, Matt and Jeff Hardy, defeating Eminem, Joey Mercury, and Johnny Nitro with Melina. And this stems from when Joey Mercury got his face messed up in the tag team ladder match, Fatal 4-Way tag team ladder match at Armageddon 04. Armageddon 06. Why did I say 04? I meant 06. Yeah, because Eminem didn't debut until 2005. So yeah, this match stemmed from what happened back at Armageddon 06. When Joey Mercury had his face messed up from a spot in the match, and Joey Mercury is out for revenge against the Hardys. He and Nitro are out for revenge against the Hardys. They had been trying to injure either one of the Hardys, and this was a really fun tag team match. This was a really solid match. Really good, really fun match to watch. This was. Mercury spent most of this match wearing a face protector, after all, because he had his face messed up from this. But the Hardys do end up winning this match, so yeah, it was definitely a really good match to kick off the show. And now we go backstage, as you have in the general manager's office, you have Jonathan Coachman and Theodore R. Long with Kelly from ECW backstage, as they have this tumbler, for the participants to draw their numbers. And you see Edge come in, and he draws his number, and then he talks crap to Kelly about her name, and Kelly says, "Well, at least that's my name." And then Randy Orton comes in, and he takes his number, and then Edge tries to steal Randy's number, and then Randy's like, "What the hell are you doing?" And Edge is like, "Sorry. Look, I'll show you mine if I show you yours." And then Booker T, or King Booker, comes in, and he says, "Tell me I did not just hear that." Okay, that segment was really funny. I'm not gonna lie. That was a really funny segment there. Alright. Booker T, always so golden. I gotta say, Booker T has always had the best reactions out of anyone. Coming up next, it is for the ECW Championship, as Test would challenge the ECW champion, Bobby Lashley, for the ECW Championship. And Test is claiming that he's the quote-unquote ECW's new showstopper, if you will. Okay. And he's claiming that it is his destiny to be the ECW champion. Alright. And he assaulted Bobby Lashley after a triple threat match, after he hit Lashley in the face with a steel chair, like after assaulting Lashley after the triple threat match that also featured Rob Van Dam. We get into the actual match, and we have Lashley defeating Test via countout. Yes, Bobby Lashley knocks Test out of the ring, and Test gets counted out, and then Lashley just beats up Test afterwards. Yeah, the match was not great at all. This was probably the worst match on this show. Test looked like he looked like shit, man. He looked like shit. But given how Test was looking, I mean, he was really bloated. I mean, damn, Test was, yeah. But yeah, this was not a good match at all. We go back, then we cut to the backstage area in the infirmary as John Cena is being treated for, or shall I say, he's being looked over, in the infirmary, ahead of his last man standing match against Umaga. And then Vince comes in. He comes in, he's like gloating to Cena. He's like, I can't see you being WWE champion. And then does the "you can't see me" right to John Cena's face, while wearing this really weird yellow suit. It's weird seeing Vince, of all people, wear a yellow suit. I don't know, Vince just really could not pull off a yellow suit like that. I'm sorry, Vince, but you just couldn't pull off yellow. I don't know, yellow is not your color, Vince. It's definitely not your color. Alright, next match is for the World Heavyweight Championship. So, Mr. Kennedy earned the opportunity to challenge the World Heavyweight Champion Batista after winning the Beat the Clock challenge, in which he screwed over The Undertaker during his match with The Miz to keep The Undertaker from beating his time. And Kennedy had been playing mind games with both Batista and the Dead Man. What leads into this match with Kennedy and Batista? I mean, this was the second of 3 title matches on this show, and it was slightly better than the ECW Championship match we just saw, but that's about it. I said slightly. Kennedy does do some good workmanship here in this match. Like, we do see him work Batista's left knee in this match. He's working Batista's left leg. And even though he does work Batista a little bit, you see the referee get knocked down. It was Nick Patrick who was the referee for this match. Nick Patrick got knocked down, and of course JBL is like glazing, he's just glazing Kennedy on commentary. He's saying, Kennedy, this is Kennedy's moment where the lights are bright. I mean, JBL says this all night long, actually. He says the lights on bright. But Ken Kennedy is not able to wrestle the championship from Batista. Batista hits the Batista bomb, gets the 1, 2, 3, and he's still the World Heavyweight Champion. Alright. Now we're getting in backstage, and we see the likes of Hornswoggle, grab a ball from the tumbler, and even the Sandman grabs one, and after he grabs his ball, he drinks a beer, because that's the Sandman for you. Always drinking on the job. Love this. I love the Sandman as a character. I'm not gonna lie, I love the Sandman, but sure, as a wrestler, he was not great at all, but he was not a great wrestler by any means, but definitely a good character. And now we come into it. For the WWE Championship, this was the match of the night. This was John Cena taking on Umaga in a last man standing match. I mean, you have John Cena, who is coming in with bad ribs, mind you. John Cena, this stems from John Cena getting the victory over Umaga back at New Year's Revolution, in just weeks before this at New Year's Revolution. And he is going up against Umaga, who gets the chance to have a rematch. And Jonathan Coachman lets Armando Estrada pick out the stipulation, and he chooses a last man standing match. Cena is like, I'm never gonna back. I won't back down, and I won't start tonight. Of course, it led up to Umaga putting Cena through a table on Raw on the go-home show for the Royal Rumble. We come into this match, and man, this was a really good match. Despite the fact that Cena is not even fully recovered, despite being on bad ribs, this match was just insane from start to finish. I mean, Umaga and Cena tore the house down in San Antonio with this bout for the WWE Championship, this last man standing match. You see Cena just busted open in this match. Cena gets bloody in this match. Umaga, we see Armando Estrada take apart like the top rope. We see the steel steps get put into play. We see this awesome table spot from the announce table when Umaga tries to put Cena through the announce table. This was a really good last man standing match, and Cena wins by choking out Umaga with the top rope that got unscrewed by Armando as he's choking out Umaga, and Umaga passes out. Cena gets to be the last man standing by taking away Umaga's ability to stand, and Cena retains the WWE Championship in a really, really great last man standing match. And now it's come to this. The Royal Rumble match. But before that, we get Ric Flair coming backstage to draw his number as he gets the last ball in the tumbler. And then, of course, we see two other women, basically, dance with Ric Flair for a bit before the match itself starts. And now we get into the 2007 Royal Rumble. And speaking of Ric Flair, he drew number 1. And he's starting this off with Finlay. You see Ric Flair and Finlay. Then number 3 was Kenny Dykstra. Then Matt Hardy came in. Edge came in at number 5. And he eliminated both Ric Flair and Kenny Dykstra. Let's see. Who came in? Number 6. It was after Edge. But yeah, this match was really good. Probably got to say one of the best Royal Rumble matches I've ever seen. I mean, sure, I love the one from 2001, but I got to say 2007 had a great Royal Rumble. I got to say it had a great Royal Rumble match. The Royal Rumble match was really, really good. You have The Undertaker entering at number 30. He eliminates the Great Khali, who came in at number 28. I mean, you had the various ECW alumni, or the mainstays of ECW, were in this match with Tommy Dreamer, the Sandman, Sabu, Rob Van Dam, of course. You had Kane and King Booker, you know, battling it out and stuff. Like Kane eliminated King Booker, and then King Booker eliminated Kane in retaliation. And then it all came down. Then, of course, when The Undertaker came out, he eliminated Great Khali. And then, after eliminating the Great Khali, Taker would get hit in the head with the chair by Edge. Or by Randy Orton, I meant to say. And then he would get hit in the head again by Edge with a steel chair. They try to deliver a concerto, but then both Edge and Orton are eliminated by Shawn Michaels. And then it came down to Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker. So it was Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker, the final two men in the Rumble. This felt like a match within a match, and it was so well worked between Taker and Michaels. Considering what would come just 2 years later with WrestleMania 25, yeah. The match would end when Taker would eliminate Shawn Michaels. And The Undertaker, this man, was made the winner of the 2007 Royal Rumble. Taker does his thing. He does the pose at the end in the middle of the ring. Blood coming down his head. And the show ends. So yeah, JBL says, "Get ready, WrestleMania. The dead man's coming." So that was the 2007 Royal Rumble. Final thoughts? I gotta say, this was not a bad Royal Rumble, and it was a good way to kick off 2007. I gotta say, it was a miles better Rumble than what we got in 06. 06 was not that great of a Royal Rumble pay-per-view, but 07? It was better than what I expected it to be. It was better than I expected, and it definitely was one of the better Royal Rumble pay-per-views I've ever seen. And anyway, this has been your Digital Super Saiyan 3, and I will see you guys next time when I review No Way Out from 2006. See ya!